So there's this fly, I think it's the same fly. I don't know, maybe they're like swapping or something. Maybe I lost the fly and I got a new fly, but there's been one fly in my van like half the time I've been driving and I cannot get him out. I open my windows to try to get him to fly out, but the air comes in, so he just shoots farther in, and when I'm stopped, I just can't catch him. It's crazy, man. I keep trying to get rid of this fly, and it's bothering me so much. It's driving me nuts. It'll come and fly like right by my face, like, trying to catch it, and I just can't catch it. It's driving me nuts. So I've been talking to my boss, and looks like I'm starting work on Friday. Today is Wednesday, so 2 days. I'll have one day in Salem off to just chill out and explore a little bit, hang out and relax and stuff. And so I didn't get my whole weekend, but that's all right. Start going straight to work. That's good, man, because I need the hours, and I love working there. So it's good. It's good. Woo! Wow, last year I was on the same highway in the same area, not the exact same spot, same area. I had like 0 subscribers. And I remember I made a video about slow, deliberate, or constant, deliberate progress, as opposed to putting all of your energy, well, this is what I used to do, put all of my energy and totally obsess about, excuse me, I got the verbs today, totally obsessing about something and just burning out and not even being interested at all anymore and moving on to something else. That's how I used to do things, and I never got anything done. I got like barely, hardly proficient at a lot of things. I never really got good at anything or accomplished anything. So I switched to this constant deliberate progress, and it's paying off, man. I got like 12,400 subscribers or something like that right now. Making enough money to survive. I'm no longer in using credit cards to try to have enough food to eat and gas to get to the next place or get a shower or anything. So I've really, that mindset has really, really paid off for me. And not only that, but I mean, most importantly, I've got a ton of messages and comments from people telling me I've inspired them to change somehow, or I've helped them in some way, or made their life easier in some way. And that's the best. That's the best part of all. That's really why I keep doing it, because it's a lot of work and it's not very good pay. I did the math a while back, and I'm getting like $3 an hour, and it really is. I know that there's some people who haven't done it and they think it's not real work, but I promise you, you go out and get a camera and you get some editing software and you try to put together a good video that people want to watch and that offers value to them, and you try to edit it and get it online, and you try to do that consistently and tell me that's not work, I guarantee you'll change your mind, because I worked my ass off for this thing, and it's paying off. But also, as the channel's been growing, the amount of fear-based comments and negative comments is grown tremendously, and that's helped me grow as a person a lot. But it's also really tragic, and especially with you know, now that I've been talking about my girlfriend and stuff, my relationship with her, the amount of fear-based comments I get is just, it's just tragic, man. It's really sad. So basically what's happening here is I've got these people telling me I've been hurt, and I think that that's all there is. I don't believe that true, loving, mutual, lasting, healthy connections are even possible, because I've been hurt and I've given up, and you should too. You should live in fear like I do, because if you live in fear like I do, that means I don't have to face myself and I don't have to grow. And they try to play it off like I'm not, like they think I'm naive, but here's the truth. I've been abandoned. I've been abused. I've been heartbroken. I've been hurt. I've been all these things. And I've lived in that. I lived in that for so long that I got to the point where I couldn't connect with anybody. There was nobody I could talk to, because I couldn't trust another person or connect with another person enough to even talk about these things. And I got to the point where I'd given up. I was ready to die, man. There was no point. I couldn't connect with anybody. Every time I tried, I just ended up getting hurt. Everything hurt. I couldn't do anything right. You know, I had all these beliefs in my head about myself, and I just thought I was this terrible, worthless person. And I was ready to give in. But I don't know how it happened. I guess you call it a miracle or something. I don't know, but I saw this little tiny little glimmer of light. I was in this like dark black room, metaphorically obviously, and I saw this little tiny little pinhole of light, and I was like, man, what's on the other side of that? What happens if I open the door? You know, what is that really about? And I I saw other people being happy, and I saw other people with really beautiful, healthy connections. And I was like, God, how do they do that? And then somehow I realized it's the person that I was that wasn't, it's the thoughts and beliefs about myself and who I was that made me not capable of that. And so I decided, you know what? I could either live in this incredible pain and suffering all the time and not be able to connect with someone, and I could play the victim and think that that's just how it is and not take responsibility for myself and change, or I could take responsibility for myself and my thoughts, and I could become the kind of person who's capable of loving myself to such an extent that I can love another person and that I can connect with another person, and that I believe that I'm worthy of connecting with another person in a healthy way, and that I won't accept people abusing me. I won't, if they abandon me, I know that it's because of them, not because of me. So I learned everything I could, and I indulged myself in as much information as possible about healthy connections and being healthy and attachment theory and all these things. I learned as much as I could about codependency and abandonment issues and all the other issues that I had, and I learned as much as I could, and I just constantly grew. And it took a couple failed relationships for more wounds to really open up so that I could see them. It was in that heartbreak, it was in that abandonment, it was in that failure that my real wounds were apparent, and then I could go in and face them face to face with like the scariest, darkest parts of myself and heal them and heal my inner child and become the strongest version of myself, capable of loving myself and loving another person. And you know what happens to people who don't do that, and what happens to people who decide to listen to the fear, both within themselves and from other people, and to listen to all these stories about, oh, it'll never work out, you should just give up on true love and just live in fear and just become this negative victim of life. They sit on their deathbed and they think, God damn it, I wish more than anything that I wouldn't have listened to that bullshit and that I would have just lived life on my terms and become the kind of person who is capable of loving another person. And you know what's going to happen to people who decide to take action and take responsibility for their thoughts and to face their emotions and to face their fears and to face their insecurities and to face their failures and choose to use it as a chance to grow into something greater than they've ever been before? Those people sit on their deathbed and they think, man, what a wild fucking ride, man. That was amazing. I gave everything I could, and I became the best person I could. I lived the best life I could. I gave the most love I could. I had the best connections with other people, the best relationships. I did everything I possibly could to live my life the best way that I could. And I'm happy. I'm free. And it's okay to die. I'm okay with this because I did the best I could with what I had, and I was happy and I was loved. So right now, you have a choice, love or fear. Which one are you gonna take? You gonna choose fear or are you gonna choose love? I'm choosing love. You guys can comment as much as you want about this fear-based bullshit, but I ain't listening because I choose love. So taking the route that had no tolls was an extra hour, and it was only like, I think 20 miles extra or something like that, but that meant that it's all city streets and not highways, and there'd be lots of stoplights, and I would end up probably spending more on gas than I would on tolls. So I decided to go the toll route. I missed an exit earlier, and I had to pay the toll even to just turn around right after the toll booth. It was kind of silly, but I guess state wants their money. I'm still in New York somewhere. I think I'm getting pretty close to Mass. The drivers are getting a little more mass-holy. They're getting a little more aggressive and a little more, I guess, efficient. Because it's weird. Like Oregon, everybody drives so slow, but they're so polite. And on the East Coast, especially in Massachusetts, and I'm sure other places too, they're very get where you're going as fast as possible and screw everybody else, which is interesting. You definitely get where you're going faster with that kind of mindset, though. So pros and cons of both. Hey, Massachusetts! I made it! Well, almost made it. I still got, how many miles do I got to go? What's the year? 122 miles to Salem. That's it. And then I am done for a month. And then I just get started. Yeah, wow, dude, cool. It's amazing how fast this trip went. Like, you think about, like, driving all the way across the country as being this big deal, and before you know it, it's over. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind while I'm working those long hours at the haunted house, because I remember last year, and it was definitely a test of my mental endurance. There were times where I was just like, dude, I just want to walk away, but I didn't. Stayed strong. Woo! Oh, more tolls. Well, I'm getting little sprinkles on my windshield and the sun's going down, but I only got about 46 miles left until Salem. I can't wait to get there, man. I love that place so much. I know I keep saying that, but it's true. Check this place out. This is the kind of building that exists in Salem all over the place. So their rest stops here are not, like, ever since New York, they're not just rest stops with a bathroom and a water fountain. They have McDonald's and ATMs and little general stores and gas stations. It's like a little mini town, man. It's crazy. These rest stops are so cool. Hey, made it to Salem. Here's the witch house to the right. Here is Jerry's Army and Navy store, and I'm heading straight downtown. I love this place. I feel like I'm home. This is rad. So this is like just the downtown area. How well is this turning out? Oh, you can see pretty good. Might not be in perfect focus, but it's the best you're gonna get for now. Until I get that 70D, which probably isn't gonna happen until after I get to Australia, but man, I love it here. And here's the, off to the right is the Bewitched statue. And if you're ever here, that place, something Numcake or something, is the best hamburger I've ever had in my entire life. Yeah, this is Salem, dude. I'm home. I made it. Woo! I'm gonna go and check out the Planet Fitness and get a shower. Shower. I gotta get used to saying it. Shower. All right, so back from Planet Fitness. I got in one hell of a workout, man. I went on a long run on the treadmill. I don't like treadmills, but I'm just doing it anyway. And just really like worked out my back and my upper body. It felt so good. I've really been neglecting my my body and focusing on my mind for a long time, so I really need to come into balance that way. And there's no reason why I shouldn't be in the best shape of my life right now and be totally psyched about my body and how strong and fit and healthy I am. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna start doing that. And kind of the essence of what I was saying earlier is one of the most detestable things, in my opinion, that a human being can do is have some kind of weakness or insecurity or some kind of pain in them and not do anything about it. Just sit and bitch and complain and project it onto other people and try to make other people drag them down to their level so that they don't feel like they have to do anything about it. And on the other hand, one of the most beautiful, amazing things a person can do is to have that weakness or insecurity or hurt or whatever, wound, and do something about it and heal themselves. And I think that when you start to take responsibility for yourself and you start to love yourself and improve all these areas that you know you need to work on in your life and become the best version of yourself, and you start to really respect yourself and see yourself as a worthy human being, that's when you start to attract other people who are doing the same thing and start to really excel at life. It doesn't take long. Once you make that switch in your head from, you know what, I'm not a victim anymore. Every area of my life that I feel weak in, I can do something about, and I can feel stronger about it, and I can be stronger. So yeah, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for watching. Love yourself. Woo!